He's been out there advocating a collaborative, shared leadership model for a long time, and he's a hero to many.
His influence on this community is really amazing. He's so genuine and kind and truly humble and really loves people.
Definitely been one of those change makers that had a position of influence, a position of change, not just talk.
Renowned cardiologist and Muslim leader, Dr. Maher Hathout left behind a legacy that many people believed helped shape the American Muslim identity for the 20th century and beyond. Dr. Hathout's impact on the interfaith community positively reinforced the idea of coexistence. Dr. Hathout was best known for his tireless commitment to public service and quickly became an international figure. He was a pivotal part of expanding the Islamic Center of Southern California into one of the largest mosques in Los Angeles and was a co-founder of the Muslim Public Affairs Council. He was widely regarded as one of the most positive voices for Islam, offering a unique and valued perspective on national and international issues involving Muslims. Dr. Hathout brought together a community to promote respect, understanding, and appreciation for the integrity of others through interfaith dialogue, education, and activities.
Dr. Hathout showed curiosity and passion for social justice early on in his life. Dr. Hassan Hathout, his older brother, was 10 years his senior, and the soon-to-be doctor admired his dedication to Islam and justice. They often communicated in letters filled with poetry, politics, and faith.
The artist should learn to swim against the current. You want just to float? That's easy. But you wanted to swim with the current? That's useless. To swim to a destiny, it is against the current.
Dr. Hathout was active in student campaigns to oppose the British occupation and military dictatorship in Egypt. He was then imprisoned for nearly 5 years in some of Egypt's most brutal jails. During this period of his life, he became a devoted student of the Quran, the holy book for all Muslims. It was this time in his life that solidified his resolve to work for justice and freedom for all of humanity. In 1971, the family moved to Buffalo, New York, where he worked as a cardiologist. Dr. Hathout quickly became an active member of the local Muslim community, and then moved to Los Angeles in 1977.
I felt that there is a spirit that binds those people together.
Dr. Hathout's move to Los Angeles not only changed his future, but changed the future of the Muslim community in the city.
The vision was open a space and it would be filled.
The Islamic Center of Southern California would soon become the place where some of Dr. Hathout's greatest work would take place. The Islamic Center was founded in 1952 and was the only mosque in existence in Los Angeles. The Islamic Center soon became involved in interfaith dialogue, often inviting other religious organizations to visit.
The Islamic Center of Southern California always invited different faith youth groups to our mosque and did activities with us. And it exposed me to different cultures, and I began to become very open-minded and accepting from a very young age.
It was during this time that Dr. Hathout started to establish the American Muslim identity, an identity that defined one as loyal to their country and loyal to their faith. Dr. Hathout believed that American Muslims would contribute to America by practicing the Islamic values of mercy, equality, and justice. His interpretation of the Quran moved many from darkness to light, and he wanted everyone to discover the power in the Quran's message.
The majority of us or of Muslims see goodness in Islam, period. But to see goodness in, let's say, Christianity, or in human experience, or in science, it needs a special orientation. That this band that comes out of you should be, this should be their character.
Dr. Hathout also led the first ever co-ed youth group at the Islamic Center, where he promoted unity and peace for all. Dr. Hathout taught human values and promoted justice for everyone around him.
A lot of people have learned from Dr. Hathout through the youth group, through at the Islamic Center, through MPAC, and listening to his speeches, his podcasts, or just even like working under him. And when I look at some of those people today, I mean, they're doctors, lawyers, engineers, they work at the State Department, they work in Hollywood, like some of the top, agents and managers in Hollywood, some of the most, driven people.
Dr. Hathout approached teaching the Muslim youth in a new way.
Well, the youth group, it's interesting because at that time, and even to this day, you will find Muslim student groups where the boys sit on one side and the girls sit on the other side. Dr. Hathout felt there will be no segregation in the gatherings, that we'll get to know each other. And so it was mixed. He did not enforce the hijab, the head covering for Muslim women, so they can come in freely and openly. And he was really educating us about the Prophet and the Quran in a way that was relevant to American society.
He then went on to work with the center's founders on several initiatives, one being the New Horizons school system, a private school committed to developing a positive identity in each student as an American Muslim. Dr. Hathout became very aware that there was no way avoiding politics as an American and decided to open a separate organization to handle these issues. The Muslim Public Affairs Council was founded by Dr. Hathout in 1986 in Los Angeles and quickly grew to become one of the most respected Islamic advocacy groups.
I think MPAC has helped Muslims by opening dialogue, starting conversations with people that don't always talk to Muslims.
The Muslim Public Affairs Council is a public service agency working for the civil rights of American Muslims. They work for the integration of Islam into American pluralism and for a positive, constructive relationship between American Muslims and their representatives. Since the inception of MPAC in 1986, they have worked diligently to foster a vibrant Muslim American identity and to represent the interests of Muslim Americans to decision makers in government agencies, media outlets, interfaith circles, and Hollywood studios.
MPAC is a group of Muslims that realize that there is a lack of a Muslim voice in the media, in government, in Hollywood, and so they've come together to organize and to be that voice.
As extreme terrorism increased in the early 21st century, it impacted the Muslim identity negatively.
On 9/11 morning, myself and Salam were at Washington, D.C., heading to the White House to have a meeting with President Bush that we worked so hard to get and waited so long. And it was going to be the first time that an official Muslim delegate will meet with the President of the United States.
During his time at MPAC as senior advisor, he was often under scrutiny, especially for condemning Israel's actions towards the Palestinian people, referring to Israel as a theocracy. However, his strong leadership in the interfaith community always showed his sincere respect and appreciation for all religions. In 2013, Dr. Hathout was diagnosed with lung cancer, but still continued to speak and write about ongoing issues nationally and internationally. Dr. Hathout continued to be active in social work until his last days, and passed away on January 2, 2015. Dr. Hathout and the leadership he showcased in his life led him to become one of the generation's biggest interfaith leaders. His outstanding characteristics and the courage he led with made him an international leader in the religious, political, and social world. He was known for his astounding ideas and the genuine kindness he showed to everyone. Throughout his career, Dr. Hathout displayed admirable courage and impartiality as he spoke against some views that radical Muslims held, not minding the reaction from his constituents. He left behind a legacy of rare leadership and remarkable accomplishments within the Islamic community and beyond.